Hello. This is a presentation for people who might be interested in a study of Staccato Granisetron for the treatment of Cyclic Vomiting Syndrome, or CVS. In this presentation, we'll cover some background information on granisetron and on Staccato Granisetron in particular. We'll talk about the details of this current study and then where to find more information. Granisetron is a drug that was first approved by the FDA in 1993. On the right-hand side of this slide, you can see two examples of granisetron products, one that's a transdermal patch and one that's an injection. Granisetron is currently approved in the US for the prevention of nausea and vomiting in adults who are receiving chemotherapy and for the prevention and treatment of postoperative nausea and vomiting in adults. Granisetron is not approved to treat cyclic vomiting syndrome. Staccato Granisetron is a new formulation of granisetron that's an inhalation drug delivery system that's been developed by Alexa Pharmaceuticals. You can see a picture of the Staccato device at the lower left-hand part of this slide. The device is actuated, or it works, by pulling a tab from the back of the device and simply breathing through the device. You can see that on the inside of the device, in the bottom center part of this slide, there's a metal plate called a substrate that has a drug coating on top of it, in this case granisetron. And simply by breath flowing through the device, the substrate is heated and the drug is formed into an aerosol that can be inhaled. So this results in very fast drug delivery, just like an intravenous or IV infusion, but without a needle and just by taking a single breath. There have been two previous studies of Staccato Granisetron in healthy volunteers that have been conducted to date. This table shows the details of those two studies. In the top part of this table, you can see details of the first study that was designed to look at the safety and the absorption of 3 different doses of Staccato Granisetron. And then in the second part of that study, to compare 1 milligrams of Staccato Granisetron to 1 milligrams of intravenous or IV granisetron. 36 healthy volunteers participated in this first study. And what we found was that the absorption of Staccato Granisetron was similar to IV granisetron. The most common side effect in this study was headache, reported by 2 people in the study, and there were no serious adverse events or no serious side effects, and no one stopped participating in the study because of a side effect. That led us to conduct a second study that was designed to look at the safety and the absorption of Staccato Granisetron over 7 days of administration. There were 30 healthy volunteers who participated in this second study, some of whom received a dose of granisetron, either 0.5, 1, or 3 milligrams, and some who just received placebo. What we found in this second study was that repeated dosing with Staccato Granisetron resulted in slightly higher concentrations of granisetron over time. The most common side effects in this study were constipation and headache, and those are consistent with what we've seen in other studies of different formulations of granisetron. And there were no serious side effects, and no one stopped participating in this study because of a side effect. So with those 2 studies completed, we are doing a study that's the first of its kind to be done in patients who have CVS. The main purpose of this study is to see if Staccato Granisetron can help with CVS and whether Staccato Granisetron is safe in people who have CVS. This study will also help us determine what doses of Staccato Granisetron might be best for use in treating CVS. This study has 4 parts. There are 3 visits, and there's 1 at-home treatment period. You can see in this picture, or this schematic of the study design, the 3 visits at the bottom of the screen. The first being a screening visit, the second, visit 2, being a pre-test randomization visit, the at-home treatment period that will last up to 12 weeks, and then visit 3, which is a post-dose safety visit. So we'll start by going through each of these 4 different parts of the study, starting with visit 1, the screening visit. The main purpose of Visit 1 is to see if the study is a good fit for you. The study will be explained to you to see if you would like to participate, and if you would, you can provide your informed consent that you understand the risks and the potential risks and benefits of the study, and that you would like to participate. We will collect basic information about you, including your age, sex, height, and weight. We'll ask questions about your medical history and any medications that you are taking or have taken recently. And we'll conduct routine medical tests such as blood tests, urine tests, heart tests, a physical exam to see if you're healthy enough to participate in the study. If you're healthy enough to participate in the study, the main purpose of the second visit in the study is to see if you can safely use Staccato Granisetron. At Visit 2, we'll ask some of the same questions about your health to see if the study is still a good fit. And then you'll be assigned to receive either 1 milligram Staccato Granisetron, 3 milligrams Staccato Granisetron, or placebo. Placebo is the same Staccato device with no Granisetron in it. What you're assigned to receive will be randomly assigned by a computerized system, and neither you nor the investigator will know what you were assigned to receive until the study is over. At this Visit 2, you'll be shown how to use the Staccato device, and you'll take 1 dose in the clinic. For the next 2 hours after that, we'll do heart tests and ask you how you feel in order to ensure that you can safely use the Staccato Granisetron device. We'll also show you how to use an electronic diary or e-diary, which is like a handheld smartphone, and how to record any side effects that you might experience and medications that you might take during the home treatment period. The main purpose of the home treatment period and this part of the study is to see if the investigational study medication that you were assigned will help with a CVS episode. After we get the results from your heart tests from Visit 2 and we know that those look good, we'll send you the investigational study medication. For the next 12 weeks after you receive the investigational study medication, if you feel a CVS episode coming on, we will ask you to answer questions on the e-diary before taking a dose of the investigational study medication. We'll ask you to use 1 dose of the investigational study medication per day for up to 5 days that you have a CVS episode. We'll ask you to contact the study site to let them know that you used a dose of the investigational study medication. And we'll ask you to answer questions on the e-diary after taking the investigational study medication for up to a 24-hour period. After you have a CVS episode, or if the full 12 weeks elapse, we'll schedule a post-dose Visit 3. The main purpose of Visit 3 is to look at safety after you use the study medication. We'll ask you to return to the study site 3 to 5 days after you use a dose of 1 or more doses of the investigational study medication to treat a CVS episode. And at Visit 3, we'll do blood tests, heart tests, and a physical exam. And we'll ask you about your health and any medications that you might have taken during the home treatment period. At this point, your participation will be over at the end of this visit, unless you have any side effects that require additional monitoring or treatment. You can find more information about this study at clinicaltrials.gov. The URL for that website address is shown here in blue, and the NCT number is a number that you can search for to find this study. At the bottom of the posting, the top of which is shown here, there will be a list of study sites who are participating in the trial, and you can use this to find a study site nearest you and contact them with phone numbers and email address that are listed. So thank you very much, and please feel free to reach out to the study sites if you're interested in any additional information.